Right, it's been a while since the last video. Not so much upload time since the DRL repair, but more real life time. Been a couple of months. The Belingo's gone, completely gone now. That's sold. Pretty smart actually. Gone to a lad. He's bought it and he's converting it into a camper van. Him and his partner going travelling around Europe in it, which is, you know, it's whatever. It's sold, it's gone. It's not mine. Nothing to do with me, but just pretty smart that it's going to be used for something like that. The Alpha is at a family member's house, sort of just being kept on their drive. Out of the way for now. I think till spring, summertime. It's just I just sort of hit this like don't even know, just no enthusiasm to do anything on it. I don't know if I've had it too long, and it's just sort of, you know, I feel like I'm going to get it back after a couple of months of not really getting to use it properly, and it's going to give me that sort of kick again. Because honestly, it's just been you know, my whole social media, everything to do with the cars has just been absolutely dead. I've had zero enthusiasm for it. The caddy, if anything, has been getting the most sound deadening and soundproofing, insulation in the back, little bit in front just for comfort. But the main one, so that's the Alpha's out of the way for now, but this is the next one, which I've got a few bits out here for. These are the first jobs I'm going to be doing on it. And then I've got another box of a few bits: oil pressure sensor, level sensors, dry belts. And then I've got all the gaskets up there on a shelf, and because I've got crap everywhere doing made in. But so this is the Astra VXR H, which I actually won on a competition website. I'm going to sound like I'm sort of like working on commission or something for them, but I'm not. I actually won it first time playing with them. So every now and again, I'd say for just over half a year now, I've sort of chucked a couple of quid at these different various competition sites you see on Facebook and Instagram. You know, they seem to be everywhere. Every now and again, I'll chuck 10 quid at one every few weeks, or, you know, 20 quid if I absolutely like really love the car. And it is what it is. And then you know, but I've never heard anyone actually talk about winning one. I've never like heard someone's first-hand experience. And then someone in the Alfa Romeo Giulietta group on Facebook went on there. He says, look, I've just won a Megane R26 F1 edition. Don't know whether to take the car with the cash. Can anyone compare the cars? What should I do? Everyone was like, take the car, take the car, take the car. Even if you want the money, take the car, sell it. But take the car. And I love an R26. And he took the cash. So I was like, wicked. If that goes back up, I've actually heard someone talk about it now. Not that I know the bloke, I couldn't tell you his name, but I've heard someone talk about their experience with the company. And I thought I'd chuck a few quid on that when it goes back up, and it did. But it went up in a they call it an instant win. So like there's 6 cars, all this different tech, and you sort of you buy tickets and stuff, and you don't know what you could or what you might win. So like I just personally want to know what I'm playing for, if that makes sense. I want to buy tickets for that car. Whereas, you know, you buy an instant win, you know, you could win a toothbrush. It's like, don't want a toothbrush, got a toothbrush, thanks. Want a car. So left it, and then obviously a couple of weeks later, this came up on their website, the algorithm and the cookies and whatever from visiting their site. It came up, and I adore this shape Astra. I love it. Never pulled the trigger myself. It's never been a, you know, I've never needed another car. It's just always had a soft spot for it. Absolutely stunning. I love them, absolutely love them. So yeah, it ended up being 50 quid, which was just ridiculous. You know, you went on and it was 5p a ticket, and the automated amount sort of on the selector at the bottom of the screen, you know, how many tickets you want, was 1,000. And I was like, 1,000, that's mental. You know, you put it in your basket sort of thing, 50 quid, and I was like, I'm not spending 50 quid on a raffle, that's just ridiculous. Left it. A couple of days later, you know, straight up again on, you know, Facebook or whatever, and I was like, oh god, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was in just a good mood or what it was, but it was like, fuck it. And I did. It was like the most money I've ever chucked at something like this, but it was like, see what happens. And yeah, that was on I remember that was a Tuesday night. I've got the email, everything, signing up. And then Wednesday night he rang me. You know, I ignored the phone call. It was like 9:30 at night, coming up to 10 maybe. Mobile number. I was like, nah, I ain't answering that night, I'll just be scam. So I left it like, and then left a voicemail like, you know, you've won the Astra VXR or $4,000. And yeah, rang about the next day. I said, man, I'm gonna have to take the car. Like, I just can't miss this opportunity. I've got to have one. I've got to say I've had one. So yeah, this is where I was at. Obviously, it's all new to me. It's all fun still. I think that's sort of where I lost it with the Alpha. You know, it's new, and also the communities are completely different. You know, some of the Alpha owners with some of the things that I've done to my car, I know they're very out there. You know, I cut out the antenna and welded that up. I cut out the boot patch, welded that up. You know, I butchered it. And a lot of the old school, I think it's more the older ones, the purists, they absolutely hate it with a passion. They're so emotional and pathetic. The comments and replies I get on some of the threads on the forums are just ridiculous. But that's one thing with this community I've already come across, you know, with the Facebook groups. They go all out on them, like absolutely mental. There's nothing you're going to do and someone's going to be like, well, that's too much. There's no such thing. But yeah, the weirdest thing for me is sort of, you know, I couldn't do my usual obsessive, you know, before I buy something, watch every single review ever done. It was just, you know, 1 minute, or boom, you're sat in this car, and I was like, psh. So I've joined all the groups, tried to learn as much as I can, as quick as I can. I don't really know what the plans are with it yet, how far I'm gonna go, but I'm just sort of just going through the motions with it all. So this is like the little jobs I got on at the minute. I've got a bag down here with just more stuff later. So one of the first things I noticed, which obviously some people have had this car, it's old now, you know, it's 16 years old, 18 years old, sorry, and you know, but it's new to me, so I don't know. So one of the first things I noticed was on the paperwork, no fuel filter. Looked into it, it's a lifetime part from Vauxhall, so it was in here, fuel filter encased, can't get to it, had to cut it out, dremel it, cut a slot in the bottom to let the fuel out. R&D Motorsports, I think it was Yorkway or something, they were, I come across them in the groups. They do the inline filter here, so that will go in the engine bay, clipped in, hose in there, and this will go back in the sump when I put it back together. And it comes with the upgraded fuel pump, which I thought, you know, for its age, there's going to be so many things. I think I'm just going to come across so much which needs not updating, but, you know, refreshing. Like this as well, so as you know, gear linkage bushes, going to be changing them. One of the first things I noticed when I first sat in the car, ambient temperature sensor, it was reading 30 odd degrees or something stupid. It was not 30 degrees, it was December, it wasn't even 5. Little aesthetics, side indicators, I went for the black, get rid of the chrome, like with the Alpha, you know, I hate chrome. There's a bit of condensation in them. Talking of condensation, that was it. The rear lights, going to be doing them, condensation in the offside here. So I'll be going for the DNA lights, which I've seen a lot of people go for. They look really nice. I feel like they're a Marmite sort of thing, but I like them. PCV valve, crankcase non-return. I don't know if the one on there is broken until I take it off, but again, 18 years old, plastic, it's been on that engine bay 18 years. I'm assuming it's going to be broken. It looks brittle, it looks old. As soon as I touch it, I know it's going to just crumble, so I bought a new one of them. If you have seen the later videos of the Giulietta, you'll see like I cut the boot badge out. Same thing, tinted the windows and had the same bung from Killer Wipers on that, because I love a smooth ass, and I'm used to driving the vans every day, so even when I do get in a car, I don't register rear view mirrors. I just don't use them, and even if I did, this is the most pointless rear windscreen I've had on a car. You can't see anything out of it. I've already took the badge off, sprayed this black, just to get rid of that, just get that more clean look. And again, like, that is a big wiper for a little windscreen, so that's going to be going eventually. But at the minute, yeah, I'm just sort of making my own. You know, not in a rush. It's just you know, do it at my own leisure. So I've started sound deadening. Started in the boot, working my way out. I've took this trim off here. I've just cleaned that. That's going to be going. I'm just trying to. You can't see one. You can't see. Just trying to get to these panels. But I've sussed out you've got to take the door cards off. All 4 door cards are going to be coming off anyway, because I mean, it's dated, you know, you turn on the music, you can hear it's, you know, cheap. So it's going to be going into the car audio garage, get a Android Auto double din put in front, All door speakers and tweeters changed. But yeah, it's pretty smart. It's I think it just before it sort of, you know, went up on their website or whatever, however they do it, they had the alloys powder coated and the front bumper sprayed. You can see the headlights a bit. You can see the chip here, but you can't really see the colour on the phone, I don't think. But they needed a polish. I'm going to polish them for now. But like I said, I've joined all the Facebook groups, and there's a lad in there, I can't remember his name, but he does all the, takes them apart, sprays them whatever colour you want, puts in the Bluetooth, RGB lights, halos, all that sort of stuff. So that's one thing I'll be looking at. I can't remember what else there was. There's the motorised wing mirrors, which I'll 100% be going for. What else was there? What else? Oh yeah, same with the Alpha. If you've seen the later photos of the Alpha, I cut the antenna out, welded it up, and had a friend flush it off, sand it down and fill it and do what you have to do. I don't know bodyworks, we did what you had to do. And I'll probably be getting that sprayed black. But that's another thing. While I'm in here taking all these panels off, I'm probably going to end up, for this, I'm already, you know, taking the boot apart, taking seats out, take the door cards off, and then I may as well do the A, B, C pillars and drop the roof liner while I'm in there. That'll make welding that easier. But yeah, other than that, it's yeah, just really weird feeling jumping into a car that you just sort of weren't expecting, and then next minute, you know, you're just in it. It's really weird. So I'm just sort of taking it as it comes, going through all the Facebook groups, because obviously with it being as old as it is, there's so much over the years that have been done, absolutely ridiculous. Like I said with the Alpha, you know, not many people do too much, but with the Astra, like I come across a post, there's like boys with scissor doors, and they've got about 5 coaxial speakers on each door, and the whole boot has been converted into just audio for subwoofers. And the boot lids as well, it's just the difference between the groups I'm used to with the Alphas compared to the Vauxhalls is just absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, I don't know how far I'm going to get, how deep I'm going to go. There is a lad called Clearworks, I think his business is called. He is always very highly recommended for bodywork stuff. He does the diffusers on here, which I think look really smart, the black ones. If you've got the a colour that isn't black, I think it looks really smart. Oh, excuse me. He does the he gets the bumpers, rear and front bumpers off the Corsa D Nürburgrings with a vent, cuts them out of them and moulds them into this, which I think looks really smart. There's a few I've seen in the group, like the Nürburgring edition ones of this, where they've had it done. And yeah, it just looks sexy, man. It just looks smart. But other than that, chrome trim, obviously get rid of that. Tint the windows, which I thought was really weird, especially for an Astra VXR. You know, it just sort of threw me off when it wasn't tinted. It just looked very, I don't know, it just doesn't suit. But yeah, so with the Astras, the Vauxhalls, as in general, the groups I'm in, sky's the limit with mods. So this is the start of it. And yeah, just an update really. Just sort of what I've been sort of missing off the face of the earth and what's going on and what the plan is. And hopefully some people who own the Astras or have had the Astras in the past, and you know, they sort of can get in touch and help. You know, if they know of anyone in the groups, like certain gurus, you know, you get those people who have made something for like a common problem that every Astra gets, and you know it's going to get, and then there'll be people who have 3D printed a part, you know. So yeah, no, slowly learning. It's really smart. It's a whole other different sort of thing compared to the Alphas. Really different. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it so far. It's really fun. And yeah, I just love the look of it. You know, it's fun, it's fast, it is what it is. But that's, you know, that doesn't really interest me if it doesn't look smart. A car can be as fast as you like, but if it doesn't like look it just doesn't interest me. But yeah, so that's where I'm at really. But yeah, just these few little bits, a couple of aesthetics, a couple of tiny, I wouldn't even call it fixing. You know, that's going to be undo a plug and put one back in. But yeah, so just see where I go with it, and that's that. And then the Alpha will probably be coming back probably spring, summertime when it's a bit warmer, when I can be asked actually getting out a bit more, because it's freezing now. So I'm probably going to call it a day now, to be honest, and get back inside and worry about this tomorrow. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So thanks for watching, and see you later.